Welcome to the video for a step-by-step guide to apply for work permit. You will need proof of graduation, a letter of graduation, transcript, etc. Then you'll need your passport, your digital photo, your updated resume to work fast. You'll have to fill a form, and then in that form you need to fill out the education details or previous work experience. When you have your resume at hand, it's faster. And yes, this is a tip: use Internet Explorer, because in other browsers it might be hard sometimes to fill out the form. Internet Explorer is best for working out with this procedure. So first of all, select Internet Explorer. We go there. Here, type CIC login Canada. Okay, here. And then as soon you okay, I don't want it. Anyways. So now see here. Either you can log in through your sign-in partner. Most of the students have their sign-in partner with Scotiabank or so and so. You can use either this if you have an account, or continue to your GC key if you already had one. Now, some people don't have any, so you can create one account. I'll prefer GC key for some reason. Let's go in there. If you have a username and password, use that. If not, sign up. Read out all the terms and conditions of use, and if you decline, you end this process, and if you accept, so should not now here, this is the first and most important thing that you should have. Your username must contain between 8 and 16 characters, have no special characters, and may contain up to 7 digits. And here's the checklist. As soon you're entering characters and you have no special characters, no more than 7 digits, you're good to go. So let's enter anything. Say you tube. It's done. See, all 3 have turned green, so we're good. Continue. Password. Now, password checklist is also here. I really like this feature in this website, that as soon you are making your password and everything going on, you're good. Okay, so I entered something, valid lowercase this, and now I'm going to turn the caps lock on. I got that. Now enter a number that's there, and then let's say 88 to 16, that's also there. What did I enter? Okay, caps lock off, and so you enter the next thing again until they match. So mine doesn't match because I wasn't knowing what I was entering. Now I'll enter something that I know and I remember. Passwords match. So when they match, you continue. Here you will select questions and answers. Okay, this is something you're going to do it yourself. I'm not going to give you any hint, but it's easy. Once you do that, hit continue. So when you hit continue on that and move forward one step, and then you see this terms and conditions page, read everything out and accept. Then you see the option of creating an account here. Type your given name. And in this website, the best part is if you don't understand anything, hover on this. It will give you everything. So the given name is name of a person at birth and by which that person is most commonly referred to. Last name is your family name. Your email address is this. So whenever you have any question that you don't know, click on these. Preferred language as per your choice, and then click on continue once again. Once you're done with that part, you move forward and you see this thing. You create your own security questions and answers. This is not having any drop down menu or option for different questions. You'll have to set up your own questions and your own answers here. So set them all up, click on continue. Alright, when you have all the account set up, you log in, you agree to terms and conditions, it'll ask you one of your security questions. You answer that, it comes to this page, you scroll down and come here. Now what would you like to do today? Visit a visa, study or work permit, express entry? Well, International Experience Canada in term, we are looking for work permit. Click here. Please enter personal reference code to begin your application. If you don't have, you need to determine your eligibility and apply online. You click here again. What would you like to do in Canada? Study, visit, move there, or work. Work. How long are you planning to stay in Canada? That depends on you if you're looking to live temporarily less than 6 months or more than 6 months or permanently. Because you're not sure you're going to live here permanently, it'll be either of these two options, but most of the times it's this, temporarily more than 6 months. Select the code that matches that one on your passport. Now this is in which country your passport belongs to. You'll select that country. What is your current country or territory of residence? If you're presently in Canada, you should select Canada. They gave you the answer there. If you're applying from Canada, if you're not applying from Canada, you will let them know where you're applying from. Do you have a family member who is Canadian citizen or permanent resident and is 18 years or older? That again depends your answers. What is your date of birth? You select year, month, day, and click next. Once you click on next, this screen appears. Are you a permanent resident of United States with a valid alien registration card or green card? Make a selection, yes or no. After answering that question, you get this screen, and here also you should let them know what's your current immigration status in Canada. Are you a student, worker, visitor, temporary resident, permit holder, refugee claimant, live-in caregiver? Whatever applies, click on that and click next. Next will be this question: do you plan to work on campus? Yes or no. That depends on you if you want to work on campus or not. And then click next again. On this screen also it'll ask you if you are a full-time student and want to work off campus up to 20 hours per week. If yes, click yes. If you are not a student and you don't want to work off campus up to 20 hours, click no. Have you recently graduated from a participating Canadian post-secondary institution for which your study program was full-time and a minimum of 8 months? If you graduated, like it was minimum of 8 months, maximum to as much, you click yes. If you haven't graduated, then no. Is your work an essential part of your studies, for example a co-op or internship? Now if you are applying for co-op work permit or internship program, you will click yes. But if you haven't got a job, you have completed your education, then you'll click no, because right now you don't know what you're going to work for. You just need a work permit. After answering all these questions, you click on next. Now, have you been told by an Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada office that you're approved in principle for permanent residence in Canada? Again, answer yes or no. Have you submitted a permanent resident application in Canada? You should answer if you have yes or no. Do you have a written job offer? Now that again depends. Some people have it, some don't. So again, it depends. If you do have one, say yes. If you don't have one that you are sure of, then click no. And then click on next. So on and so forth. You'll have a couple of more questions that you will answer. Keep answering them according to all the right situation and try understand. If you don't understand anything, here, this is a big help they have given. Use it and keep moving to the next questions and answer. After all the question answers, you'll reach the next page, which would be further, and I'll directly go to that page and you keep answering a couple of more questions till you reach that page too. Finally, you'll see one of your favorite pages with your result. You are eligible to come to Canada either on temporary resident visa and post-graduation permit. Now let's read what they say. You will need a temporary resident visa to return to Canada. If you're working or studying, your temporary visa may expire at the same time as your work or study permit. If your work or study permit is expiring soon, please renew your study or work permit first. Once your study or work permit is approved, you may apply for your temporary resident visa. Now here, this thing is at the top, this is at bottom, but you need this thing first to move on. So first of all, renew your work permit and then move to this. But yes, this is where you'll be getting all this. So as I told you, first you'll be having the you'll need to renew your work permit or get a work permit. That depends on your situation, and then you apply for visa as well, because these two go hand in hand. And this is the permit is the first thing you need, and then visa is you need to enter or exit Canada. So, and then click on continue. And then again, some more questions, and then you will get something. So you need to answer a couple of more questions. I am tired, but still, it's required. Once you hit continue, you'll find out if you're eligible to apply or not. And then they'll ask which document you have received stating that you have completed all the requirements of your program of study. Have you got the final transcript, letter from educational institution, formal notification, or other? You might need, if you provide letter from educational institution, usually what the college does, they will definitely give you a letter of graduation or letter of approval that yes, you have graduated. That's the best thing. Final transcript is also, you need official one. You just won't work with a photocopy or something. You need an original one. Just marking down your marks won't help. So yes, all original documents help. And click next. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't give the answer. You should give the answer and then click next. And then you'll have this question about the medical exam. If you have had your medical exam performed, type yes. If not, then say no and then click next. And then you have this question: have you lived in designated country or territory for more than 6 months in the last year? Now, you don't know what a designated country or territory is. If you click here, it'll show you a list of designated country and territories. When you open that list, I don't want to exit, but let's continue because I want to know what designated countries are. And so if you're applying for blah blah blah, you must have a medical exam. If you want to come to Canada for more than 6 months and have lived or traveled for 6 months in certain countries or territories in the year before you came to Canada. So the question was, if you have been living in in any of the designated countries for last year for more than 6 months, and for 6 months or so, right? If you have been living here, you require a medical exam, and that's the medical office. If here, then you don't need a medical exam. This is the medical office though. But see, yeah, it's still there. You'll see the whole list, and wherever you have been living, you should check that. Corresponding to that, yes, and the medical offices. If you have been living in a territory where you don't need a medical exam, then you don't need a medical exam. Otherwise, if you're living in a country or where you definitely need to provide a medical exam, you have to get the medical exam from that medical office and submit it. And yes, with that, next question, let's go to that. So we saw what the designated country is and how does it matter, and we move. Oops, it didn't work, and I might have to log in again. Even you might have to if you open this up. So after that, you'll have the following question: do you want to work in one of the following jobs? If you are going to work in any of the following jobs, you're going to say yes. If not, then click no. And then another couple of questions to go with, and then we'll reach another page. I'll go directly to that, and you will reach there on basis of some different answers. But yes, we'll eventually reach that page. Once you have answered all your questions, it'll ask you to review all your answers. What you do in this case is click on print, and then Microsoft Print to PDF. When you click on this, it'll create a PDF on your screen. It won't print to a printer, but you'll have a digital copy of all your answers. You must retain all your answers, any file you do. If there is not an option sometimes, do click pictures that whatever you have answered for your record. I scroll down from all the answers, and then I will hit continue. And then we come to this window where it says how will you submit your application. You use your own account, you always save your application. This is the way you should be uploading your documents, and then pay your fees. It'll let you know what are the different ways available you can pay the fees, and finally again hit on continue. So finally we reach on this page. That's the main document checklist page. This is the form you'll be filling out. You need to give your completion of studies letter that you got from college, your passport, first and last page, and if any other copies you need to submit, you should definitely submit those on your passport, your digital photo, some optional documents, and the fees. It depends, you might or might not have, but usually there is a fees. And then when you click here, see, if you will try using Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, when I try it doesn't work. That's why I use Internet Explorer, because in that it's opened up easily and then I can fill it out right away. So when I click on that, this will open a window automatically here. Since it's Internet Explorer, it will take a little bit time, but it will definitely open up. There we go. And then see, it's easier. How I fill this form is I always keep my resume updated by one side. I have that resume here, and then I fill all the details. So am I applying for one of forming, it starts from here. You start filling, you want it in English or French, you want a work permit with same employer, initial work permit or with a new employee, temporary, restoration, choose your options. And then again, your given name as shown on your passport or travel. The things that have this sign, they are important, you must fill out those. And then if you have some difficulty, click here. It'll highlight all the fields to be filled out. Oh no, it didn't. Let me try here in English. And yes, when I click here, highlight all the fields, it'll highlight all the fields I need to fill. And as soon as I start filling them up, it will give that thing. Suppose I click here, that's gone. And suppose I say anything, yes or no here. If yes, it'll highlight the more sessions. If I say no, it will let me know. So highlighting helps. These are the tools that you must know how to use. And then after filling out everything, now you see here in this form, as you go down, you'll have all these little things that you know by heart where you have been living, and so I'm sorry. And then here, your education. This is where I tend to forget my dates sometimes, because or sometimes you actually forget the dates, and that's where your resume is handy. You should place your resume for dates and the actual address of the company, because sometimes it's been 2 years or 3 years, you forget something and then it's a pain. And here you see employment, you need to apply at least that much. And again, it's good to give details in a better way than making any mistake. After filling out everything, you click on validate always, and it will show you all the things that you need to fill out. And once it stops popping up with that thing, that means your form is complete. Since I haven't filled out anything, it'll show me this option. Anyways, after filling out this, you save it, save a copy on your desktop, and then, or what you can do is, let me try this thing. Anyways, when you're using this computer, you'll save the filled out copy and then upload it back here, and then you make the payment and you're good to go. You will receive an email in your account, the email that your updates, any updates on your application will come up there, and you'll be notified for everything. So this was it. Good luck, and from next video I'll show you about the Visa, SIN, or OHIP. And if you have any questions about anything, please type in comments. We'll work on that as well. Thank you.